One of the things I have to talk about is the neural touch, the invisible touch, neural miming, and hand miming, feet miming. The neural miming and the feet miming and the hand miming are used by insectoids and the Asian terrestrial beings. The Asian terrestrial beings I have witnessed both on street theater and in my neural mind. They work with the whiter shade Antichrist, which is also a terrestrial force in itself, a terrestrial witchland in itself. They like to be called witchland. Anyways, they use these the miming for birth hazing with anomalies, I guess. The incompatibility of emotions, which means anti-free spirit. The motives for sex trafficking, MK Ultra trafficking, birth haze trafficking, and trauma trafficking, torture trafficking, and ugliness trafficking, reptile trafficking. No, this is what I can say for now, but this is the type of they want me to say prostitute trafficking, which means there's the invisibly a lot of the insectoids are succubus and rapists. Along with the female agamis are from the Philippines. These type of beings will rape the soul energy and the astral energy. A targeted human being is a slave to these rapists through the astral energy, the neural and cardiac energy connection, prisms. They use prisms as doorways to enter the targeted individual and to trigger the targeted individual into mental illness and criminal stalking, murder stalking, bully stalking, abuse stalking. These are all their favorite. These are the favorite words of the Filipino agami terrestrialities and the demonic Asian terrestriality. That are the tentacles of the criminal cartel. The tentacles of the criminal cartel is that what we have is a terrestrial criminal cartel, a terrestrial criminal entity. One of its tentacles is the whiter shade Antichrist, he, she's. And then the other tentacles is the Filipino agamis. The female Filipino agamis are snakes and cobras and buffaloes. These are all spirit cooking. These being spirit cook human beings. The other tentacle is the Asian insectoids from Vietnam and China. These are very demonic terrestrial beings from which, and this is the whiter shade Antichrist, bitch, constantly telling me that in their system of their energy cord, they're afraid of their insectoids. In the other tentacle are the Mohicans. The Mohicans are very demonic. The same thing as the insectoids, except they're Mohicans. And then you have the Black Mexican, is one of the most horrendous demonic terrestrial. Goes on most of its morphologies. I didn't even want to say morphologies. This is the Antichrist messing with and intercepting my verbology. But I went from the Mohicans to the Black Mexican. Most of these demonic terrestrials that spirit cook humanity, they have the morphologies of cobras. Cobras are part of their frequency beings, their frequent state of being. Buffaloes is part of their frequency state of being, and canines are part of their state of frequency beings. And if they're called dog whites, they tend to be draconian, bulky, and white. Dog white terrestrial beings, insectoids, And all of these animal magnetism gives off the animal magnetism impulse frequency that can be very damaging to the human target that they cook with microwave energies, and then they cook the human being with the magnetic field energies, which causes a lot of torture on the muscles and the electrical system of the human muscle system and the human cardiac and neural system, because the human cardiac, neural system, and muscle system is electrical. Let's see. I suffer from the magnetic field impulses on a daily basis. It causes me this inducible fatigue. It's inducible exhaustion. I have to constantly lie down like every hour or every 20 minutes even so, and I have to massage my legs all the time and my body to cope with this. And there's the electronic microwaving is no less painful than the terrestrial microwaving and the terrestrial spirit cooking. These animal beings will also give off poisonous frequencies. There's a lot of horrendous stuff about these terrestrial beings. These beings don't like humans connecting with the planet Sirius. A lot of our human race is from the planet Sirius. They don't like to see the planet Sirius and its terrestriality and its humanoid antennas to emerge and to be a rising power and to be the middle class of this 21st century. For it's just what I have realized. It's what one of my mind handlers, Jill, is very much in these. And, my connection, my soul energy connection is with the planet Sirius. So they have prevented the planet Sirius, which is from being part of my neural frequency conscience, so that they could combat satanic terrestriality. And then there's, let's see, Nibiru. There's Nibiru. I'm not sure if the black Mexican is from Nibiru or some of these, the black terrestrialities from Nibiru. I have seen the Nibirus that I have witnessed in street theater were respectable, except they were afraid of the satanic terrestriality. Otherwise, they wouldn't talk like the satanic terrestriality and the voodoo terrestriality never shut. The voodoo and satanic terrestriality will NEVERSHUTUP will never shut up. They call it, the voodoo and satanic terrestriality says that if you can just keep a vessel barking forever, it will always be a parasite. They know that it could never actually do anything better than being a parasite. And that there is the laws and regulations, and that a B-A-R-K, if a parasite keeps barking, the only place for barking is jail and crime and prisons. So I didn't know what else to say. That's what these beings themselves are in the voice to skull machinery and the remote neural monitor and the Medusa machinery. You guys have a good day for now.